Hey guys, I am Chris Taylor.
And I'm Amber Frost from Kajin Cosplay, and tonight we're back with you again with Steins. Is that fine?
Yes, last episode they found the PC they needed to read that program thingy, that
So
programmation thingy they found. The thing they hacked into, you know, they were hacking S.E.R.N and they found this text that they couldn't read, but with that PC, they can read it.
And because somebody 10 years ago gave this PC to the shrine owner.
To the shrine owner, saying that one day
a young man gonna come and gonna read this PC, so take care of it, please.
Suspicious? It is.
Yes, it is.
Other thing also that we want to remember is that holy shit do I love the chemistry between the two characters, Okarin and Makise. They fit so well together. I ship them. I totally ship them. I love them together. Oh, and we had a little insight into Mayuri and Makise's past. Apparently, Makise's dad did something that she doesn't agree with. We think he was looking into time travel, and because of that he might have destroyed his career, made a joke out of himself. Like, it's a storyline we've seen before, so we're going towards that.
We wouldn't be surprised if that's the case.
Yep.
And for Mayuri, she was in a graveyard, and we think that she might have lost someone dear to her, maybe her parents or one of her parents.
Which, I mean, it could happen, but then did it do something to her? Is she like, has she faced trauma before? Like, I don't know, but I want to figure out, like, what's their past? What's going on with them? So, yeah, I think that's it for the recap. Today I just want to go into the episode and don't talk too much. So let's jump in this episode 5 and see what they have in store for us.
Alright.
Let's go.
Oi, baito! Omote taramu!
What is it?
And now I'm adding her to the list. I want to find out her past.
聞きたいか？本来であれば重要機密事項のため簡単に教えるわけにはいかないところだが。
Struggling.
前の助手。
だったらもったいぶってないでちゃっちゃと言いなさいよ。
バカを言うな。最重要アイテムだぞ。
もしかして IBA の5100？
She is gonna get involved whether she wanted or not.
どこにあったの？長くなるなら下ろすと言ってる。マキセ、クリス。
They haven't seen each other
こ
yet.
の人は？
Who is this?
バイト。
She said she was a warrior. She wasn't joking about it.
おい、バイト、何
What's going
やってん
on?
だ。
I have an idea.
気が悪いからだろう。
She was looking at something. Maybe someone from her past was killed or affected by one of Makise from the future that went back in time.
You think?
Or why would she want to kill her? Or attack her? She came to this shop. She knows a lot about what's going on. She seems involved already, although nothing really happened that makes her involved. Maybe she knew what she was getting into. Maybe she started working there knowing that Makise would eventually work with Okarin.
So you think that she's from the future?
No, I think maybe she's from the present, but she was affected by someone that came back from the future, maybe Makise. I'm throwing theories out there.
Or maybe she does come from the future and she knows what's gonna happen. She wants to take care of it.
Well, either she's from the future, or like I said, someone came from the future, like Makise could have come back from the future, changed something that affected her, killed someone she knows maybe, and now she's vowed to avenge that person.
Maybe.
It's a pretty, like, specific theory, but I'm throwing it out there.
で、その箱は何よ？聞きたいか？本来であれば。
IBA の5100。
No more bullshit. Just say it right now.
さすがオカリン。僕たちにできないことを平然とやってのける。そこに痺れる。
憧れないけどね。
え？
とにかく起動させてみるわよ。
She fits with them.
マユシーのおかげなんだよ。
Okay, let's see what it
これ
says.
であのプログラムコードが解析できるんだな。 そんな簡単じゃないって。
Oh yeah, it's a
こいつの使い
programming
方わ
code.
からないし、ネット環境がない時代のものだから繋いでどうこうできるもんでもないし、とりあえずこれだけパーツが必要。マユリ行くぞ。
マユシーはクリスちゃんにラボを好きになってもらえるよう一生懸命案内するので
Oh, he's so
お留守番しています。
クリスティーナ貴様まさかマユリもその色化に。
かけとらんわ。
マキセシがマユシーを
Oh.
展開きった。
想像するな変態。じゃあまず奥のシャワールームから紹介します。
シャワーもあるんだねえ。もしかしてまゆりさんも使ったりするの？
たまに。
お願い、二度とここではシャワーを浴びないって約束して。あまりに危険よ。
こっちを見るな。
そもそもなぜあなたがここにいるの？何か脅迫されて無理やりメンバーにさせられてるんじゃないの？
They're
マユシーは
old
オ
time
カリンの
friends.
人質なので。
Don't say it
警
like
察に
that.
電話した方が良さそうよ。
Oh my god.
今人質って言ったでしょ。
マユシーは自分で人質になったのです。
What?
Like, please explain. Because she's gonna take it literally.
いってらっしゃい。
Garu, please explain what's going on with
You
you.
gotta buy into their craziness and their relationship. Just go with it.
まさかバイト戦士がこんなにパソコンに詳しいとはな。
IBM のこと詳しい人と知り合いだったから。
本当か。なあ連絡を取ってもらいたい。
They're dead.
無理。死んじゃったんだもん、その人。
My theory
Oh.
is making more and more
何年
sense.
も前に。
Do you think that's the human that died in the test with the S.E.R.N corporation?
She said years ago.
うちの助手が何かしたのか。
何も。
それじゃあ
Yet?
まだ彼女は何も知らな
I
い。
think I gotta hit the spot here.
でも気をつけて。マキセクリスには。
Maybe she's the one that stabs her in the first episode.
Maybe.
帰りか。
パーツは見つかったの？
ここに全部揃っている。
そう。じゃあこれからいろいろ試してみるわけね。
興味があるか。あるのだな。
ああもう少しだけね。でもセルンの陰謀とかいう高等無形なものに対する興味じゃない。あくまで事実を確かめたいだけ。やっ
Oh.
ぱり落ち着くな白衣。
ガシッと。俺の目に狂いはなかった。お前は最高だ。
You fit so
や
well.
はり研究機関にさあ共に手を突っ込んで立とうではないか。早く。
He wants to
そう
do
だ
the pose.
これぞ研究に身を置く者だけが漂わせる知性と恍惚のポーズ。
Wow.
そのお前にプレゼントしよう。
侮辱されているようにしか思えん。
Oh no. He truly
腹
believes.
が減ったのか。美味しくいただけ。
本気か？
不満か。
当たり前でしょ。他に何かないの？
買い置きのカップ麺ならあるが。
カップ麺もらうわ。味は何があるの？
醤油と塩だ。
塩味。それとフォークも。
I mean, even I was born in Canada and I would take cup ramen, you know.
Over a hot banana? Yeah, of course.
リーチ。
ほう、助手はドクトルペッパーがいける口か。お前とはいい飲み友達になれそうだ。共に知的飲料であるドクペイの思いを共有し。
とか言いながらこっそり私のカードめくろうとするのやめてくれる？はい、私の勝ち。正直言って岡部は対極的視点に欠けていると言わざるを得
What
ない
game
わね。
is that?
全く考えてない。
待て。
Challenge accepted.
今何と言った。
対極的視点に欠けていると言
Or
っ
he
た。
started looking at the big picture.
岡部と言ったな。
Oh.
だから何よ。
Oh,
確かに私はあんたより年下だけど敬意を表さない相手には。
違う。
Oh,
俺は
holy.
多いんだ。何度言えばわかるのだクリスティーナ。いい子。
How much older is he?
I think she's like 17 or 18.
Yeah, but how old is he? And what's going on?
泣いているのか。
泣いてないわよ。男の人に怖い顔で迫られて恐怖を感じたとか、その後ほっとして涙が出たとか、そういうこと全然ないし。
which means it's exactly what happened. So what? She had a really bad relationship with her dad, maybe?
I mean,
Oh, that changes the theory.
well, if her dad did have money failures in his professional career, maybe he could have taken it up on his
Taken out on
family.
them.
ダメだったら帰るわ。
家族に連絡しなくていいのか。
母はアメリカ。父とは7年会ってない。よって連絡の必要なし。
宝刀天才変態少女というわけか。
Ever since she left for America, then.
Yeah.
Alright.
まだ何も見てないよ。ただ Z プログラムが出てきて1973年と書いてあるのか。セルの設立は
1954年。
IBN5100 が作られたのは1975年。この計画のためにセルは IBN5100 に特殊なプログラム言語を実装させた。
行為にも程がある。
Well, maybe it's
しかし
true.
可能性はある。
それはこのレポートを読めばはっきりするでしょ。時空の支配とそれに基づく歴史の破壊、過去から未来までを含む理想郷の実現、それは21世紀に向けてのセルンの存在意義となるだろう。
理想郷、ディストピア。
Z プログラムでは高エネルギーの陽子衝突を用いた時空転移実験を行う。時空転移？
タイムトラベルではないか。嘘ではない。
待って、結論を出すのは
Well, I
早
mean,
すぎる。
it's pretty
プログラム
black on
Obvious.
white, you
大
know?
型ハドロンプログラム第3段階動物実験、プログラム第4段
Human
階
Human experiment.
どうした。
人体実験。
ヒューマンイズデッド。確かその先は詳細はゼリーマンズレポートを参照。ダル、それを見ることはできるか。できるとは思うけど、まずくね。
It's bigger than what you guys think.
考えてみろ。相手はセル。レポートは40年以上も隠されてきたトップシークレットだぞ。
じゃあ見ないつもり？
He wants to read it.
お前はもう帰れ。ここから先を知ったら危険にさらされる可能性がある。
もしかして心配してくれているの？
当たり前だ。お前は俺の助手なのだからな。
そりゃどうも。でも帰らないわよ。眠れ
These
ない
damn
わ。
scientists.
後悔しないな。これよりゼリーマンズレポートの解析に入る。
I feel like we're starting something very dangerous.
So then,
なんで北欧神話？
おお、全部でファイルが14ある。適当に開いてみろ。
ゼリーマンズレポート10、被験者ジェームス・マッカーシー、出身アメリカ。実験日2005年1月28日。Z プログラム4実験結果、ヒューマンイズデッド、ミスマッチ。
How many
how
people
many
have
of
they
them are
killed?
dead?
超重力に。
新聞か。
そうみたいね。日付。
1921年4月3日。
ニューヨーク14丁目にてビルの壁面に埋もれるようにして死んでいる男が発見され
But
た。
they create
So he
CERN.
time traveled, he just ended up in a place that they
全
couldn't.
身がブヨブヨのゼリー状になって
Like the banana. Oh, disgusting.
Graphic are nice though. But it time traveled because the CERN corporation was
Yeah,
built
yeah, yeah.
in 43 something.
レポート8、被験者リンダ・ヒル、出身イギリス、Z プログラム4。実験日2004年2月15日。実験結果、ヒューマンイズデッド、ミスマッ
I
チ。
think they're all dead.
1972年10月2日、インド・ターミナル・ナードゥー州ダルマプリの路上でゼリー状になった女性の遺体を発見。
Oh.
放置された後で車にひかれた跡があり、下半身は損壊。
まだ見る。
That was one file.
オーカリン。飲み物買ってくる。けどどうしてゼリー状になるん。
Well, like your banana,
デー
man.
タから推測するに、セルンはカーブラックホールを使ってタイムトラベルの技術を開発している。この穴にこのスポンジを通そうとするようなものよ。だから中身がスカスカになる。
So it makes jelly.
説明はエロすぎ。
It's crazy though that they managed in their little lab to recreate what this huge enterprise has been trying to do for years.
When you got the genius to do something, it doesn't matter where you are
黙
or
ってない
what
でよ。ショックなのは分かる。
materials you got to
け
do
ど
it.
知ってしまった以上、何らかの結論は出さなきゃ。
結論決まっているだろう。
は？
こっちには未来ガジェット8号、 電話レンジカッコ仮があるのだ。先に完璧なタイムマシンを作り出し、セ
It's
ルン
still
を出
about
し抜
being the best one
き、
first.
世界の支配構造を作り
Dude,
変
bad
えるのだ。
idea.
付き合ってらんない。
It's getting so interesting.
The S.E.R.N Corporation have tried many times time traveling
With
with
humans.
humans from the past. So and same result each time. They try with animals and then humans. And yes, Okarin and his friends managed to do time travel with a banana.
Way faster. Like both started from nothing, except that S.E.R.N started way earlier and they had way more resources. And now they're basically at the same level because banana becomes gel. It's just the same as a human becomes gel. It's just that it's not the same subject. But they're not going to try it out on a human right away, especially since no one can fit in that microwave.
No.
But I feel like since they can get to the same level way faster than S.E.R.N did, there is a chance that if they keep experimenting, they will get to actual results before S.E.R.N. Now, if S.E.R.N learns about that, they can ask to either they can steal their machine, either they can kidnap one of them and ask them to work with them. And actually, that makes me more comfortable than the first theory. Not the first theory, but just the idea that, oh, they're gonna try to stop S.E.R.N. Because eventually, like, I still feel like in the future, Okarin's motivations are gonna change. And if his motivation changes from, I want to be the best, like, before S.E.R.N creates a time machine, I will create my own time machine and I'll be the best one, the best mad scientist there is.
Yeah.
Like, I want to beat him to the punch. If that motivation changes to, holy shit, creating a time machine could actually destroy the world. So, you know what? Fuck that shit. I'm gonna stop S.E.R.N. If stopping S.E.R.N is their motivation, then S.E.R.N would see that as a act of war, basically. And that's when it becomes really dangerous. I don't know. Right now, it's selfish, you know. He wants to beat him to the punch, which, okay, it fits with his personality. It fits with what he's been trying to do for years, you know. It fits a lot with his role-playing game. But there is so much potential for danger, and there's a lot of hints that this is exactly where this is going to lead to. But we'll have to see.
Yep.
We'll have to see. Anyway, so that's S.E.R.N. But yeah, it's huge. Like, there's a lot of people that died because of this. So it elevates everything like to 10.
How many experiments in one file they saw?
He said something about 14.
14 files, but how many per file?
I don't know. But that was one file. What we saw was one file, and there's 14 of them. So yeah, a lot of people died for this. Willingly? I kind of hope so, but anyway, so that's S.E.R.N, but another thing that jumped out at me was the whole thing with the part-timer from downstairs, whose name I forgot. But she is interesting. We've been saying over and over, at least I've been saying, that she was going to end up being involved, and that somehow, like, she kept knowing stuff weirdly, and Okarin was like, "What? How did you learn about this?" But then she was, you know, pointing at evidence stuff, and I was like, "Oh man!" Like, he thinks of all these crazy theories and all these crazy plans and stuff, but he doesn't think of the most obvious stuff. Like, oh, like she knew about the lab, but I mean, the name of the lab is right there, you know.
Well, maybe that's what they want us to believe.
Maybe
that's not the case.
Now that I've seen this episode,
she never met Makisa Kurisu before that.
Well, that we know of.
And Makisa never saw her before.
Yeah.
So
no, for sure, like she was affected.
This little phrase that she said, she hasn't done anything yet, probably means that she went back from the future and did something, or that girl is from the future. Yeah, probably, yeah. I'm more towards the idea that maybe she came from the future than Makisa Kurisu coming from the future.
And changing stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they are the ones messing with time travel right now. Like Makise, Okarin, like and their gang. They are the ones trying to create that machine and messing around with that theory. So I think it's more. I mean, there's more chances of her, Makise, traveling back in time, doing something, or being like the catalyst for something to happen back in the day. And, you know, killing that person that you mentioned, because we saw her attitude change right away when she said, like, oh, I knew someone that knew about IBN. And it's not a coincidence that the person that died, that messed up with her emotions and stuff, knew about the PC. Obviously, that person knew about the PC, and the PC is at the center of a lot of stuff, because it's the only thing that could read the program from S.E.R.N and stuff. So... Obviously, and maybe it's not even Makise, but it's S.E.R.N and they're trying to make it look like it was her. No idea, but somehow that girl knew someone that was, you know, well learned with the IBN, so someone that was relevant to what's going on.
Yeah. And
that person was killed. And since she said, like Makise, she didn't do anything, and she doesn't know anything yet, I'm like, yeah, it's definitely time travel here. Like, she definitely... Either she's from the future or Makise came back. We just don't know
which way the time travel went.
And she knows, by the way, she definitely knows that, like, she told Okarin that this girl, Makise, did not know anything yet, which means that she's conscious that she's from the future. That the one that is going to do something bad is from the future. So she's aware of something and she's keeping it all secret, so of course it's going to come back.
I'd like to know, how do you think that maybe the S.E.R.N Corporation create a code programming for the IBM machine 2 or 3 years before this computer was invented?
I feel like my first thought when I heard about that was someone from the future sent the program back to start it all. Because they're a research facility, like, you know, when we started the show and they were talking about S.E.R.N, every time Okarin would start his conspiracy theories talk and stuff, someone would be like, well, why would S.E.R.N do anything like that? Like, it's not their field. And I'm like, maybe it wasn't their field, but someone made it so. Or maybe they were hiding it at first, but I'm like, with this, it makes sense that someone from the future that knows that S.E.R.N can create this, or maybe it's from someone from S.E.R.N, but someone in the future might have sent this program back, knowing that the IBN would be created soon, and they could read the program. Or maybe they created the computer, like you said, like they created the computer in order to read that program. So they received that program, that code from the future. They tried to read it, they couldn't, so they created the IBN.
That's probably more it, yeah.
That's so crazy.
Again, time travel, guys, again.
But it makes it so interesting to talk about and theorize, and then just, like I said, we should do a timeline of what's going on. But from the looks of it, someone sent the program back, knowing that they could create, you know, a time-traveling machine.
And they built a computer to read it.
Exactly. They built a computer to create it. The question is, who is at the center of it all? Like, who sent it back? Like, did S.E.R.N... When was S.E.R.N created? Really back in the
50s, I guess.
Okay, so it was way before all of that happened. Okay, so S.E.R.N wasn't created to do this. But S.E.R.N existed, and someone knew that S.E.R.N was going to create that time-traveling machine. So someone sent the program back to start it all. So, like I said, they created the IBN to learn the code. In the code, they learned that they were going to do, like, time-traveling machines. So they started their experiments. And now, here we are. There's so much to think about. There's so much, like, happening. And I love it. It's only episode 5. Are you ready? Do you have anything else, or are you ready to move on?
No, I'm ready to move on right now.
We're gonna move on. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode with us. If you want to see the next one right away, it is on Patreon already. Check it out. The link is in the description.
So don't forget to subscribe if you want to watch it now, guys. And if not, wait for the next one to be out on YouTube, which will be next week.
Yes.
So see you then, guys.
Bye.